Let's talk about dropshipping on Etsy. Make sure you stay until the very end, where I tell you exactly how to dropship products on Etsy and how to find a manufacturer. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell. That way you'll be the first to see my next money-making video. What is Etsy? Etsy is a serious competitor in the growing e-commerce market. It's a worldwide online marketplace for handmade products. Etsy may have appeared old-fashioned because consumers frequently waited a long time to receive items, and makers didn't have unlimited quantities of goods. However, Etsy has really been in the spotlight lately. It's been operating since 2005 and has already generated over $200 million in revenue. Even more significantly, it currently has over 40 million buyers. Despite all of these figures, many company owners, consumers, and creators have underestimated Etsy. I think Etsy has some serious untapped potential, particularly as e-commerce approaches become the primary method of buying and selling. Etsy is a platform with a lot of options. Dropshipping on Etsy requires a creatively inclined and crafty entrepreneur. If you can crack the Etsy code, you'll be able to boost your business and your income. Dropshipping is a type of e-commerce business that has been growing increasingly popular in recent years. It's the digital equivalent of a brick-and-mortar store in essence. Dropshipping business owners delegate the production, packaging, and delivery of each purchase to the maker. When a consumer purchases from your platform, you acquire that one particular product from your stockist at an agreed-upon price, and they handle getting it to the customer. Dropshipping's main advantage is how simple it is to get started. Create an online store such as WooCommerce, Shopify, Squarespace, etc., and a list of items to resell at a higher price. It's all about building a strong brand presence, understanding your target market, and effective marketing. There are a few methods for dropshipping on Etsy. Etsy differs from the usual dropshipping approach, and this can intimidate people a little bit. But this shouldn't be the case. I'll break down everything you need to know so that you can participate in Etsy's market and develop your dropshipping business. Dropshipping through Etsy may be done in two ways. The first is to have another Etsy seller's store on your online store, which must be located outside of Etsy. Or you can establish your own Etsy shop and outsource production of items to non-Etsy manufacturers. When you resell another Etsy seller's items, there is one potential difficulty. You can't resell handcrafted items. If you want to employ this business model in your store, you'll be restricted to selling vintage goods and craft supplies on the site. Vintage goods are goods that are at least 20 years old and not made by you. Handmade goods are the most appealing aspect of Etsy items for many dropshippers. If that's your situation, don't worry, there's another option. You can start an Etsy store and outsource the production of your products if you're willing to get involved in the design process. The pros and cons of Etsy dropshipping. There are advantages and disadvantages to both types of dropshipping, and I'll explain everything here. The pros. 1. Patient customers. You may sell directly to Etsy users if you decide to open a store on Etsy. Since its inception, the site has developed a distinct community of both producers and consumers who appreciate craftsmanship, human-centric shopping, and uniqueness. If you join a platform with similar core principles, your consumers are likely to share them as well. Etsy's clients are patient and understanding. They are less likely to complain about delays in shipping and are much more willing to pay higher prices for their purchase. Etsy is unique among e-commerce sites in that its fundamental principles are more altruistic. For example, Amazon has been established on the principle of ease and speed. There's no way Etsy's high prices and lengthy production cycles would thrive on Amazon. This provides entrepreneurs some wiggle room when it comes to company policies and procedures. Trust me, the value of a patient and devoted client base cannot be overstated. Number 2, there's space to be creative. Entrepreneurs have a never-ending supply of ideas, and some thrive when they can get more involved with their goods without having to worry about production, packaging, or logistics. Dropshipping on Etsy is a wonderful way for entrepreneurs to do just that. Dropshipping on Etsy requires that companies take a more active and participatory role in creating goods. You may develop your brand in a new and unique way by selling through the Etsy umbrella. Number 3, differentiate your product base. Dropshipping has gotten increasingly popular in e-commerce over the last decade, making it more challenging for company owners to keep things distinct from the competition. Etsy allows you to decorate your virtual shelves with one-of-a-kind original objects that you can't make or sell anywhere else. Number 4, Etsy is perfect for super niche products. Etsy is the ideal marketplace for those looking to operate their dropshipping business in a specific sector of the e-commerce world. There are several retailers that thrive in Etsy's world, including home decor dropshipping businesses, weddings, apparel, baby goods, and more. People are more likely to buy from a renowned brand if they know it will be of excellent quality and value, which is why Etsy has fostered a reputation as a premium location to acquire niche products. Etsy has put in the time and effort necessary to build a reputation for unusual and special items, so you don't have to. Number 5, high profit margins. Many naysayers cite Etsy's high retail costs as a deterrent to using the platform as a dropshipping business. It's also true that many of the things being sold are priced well above market rates. Sellers, on the other hand, benefit from a built-in group that has a track record of paying those high rates. So what does this signify for dropshipping business owners? It implies there's a lot of room for profit margins to grow. In most creative businesses, there's a lot more leeway when it comes to how you advertise your goods in the market. You may charge a lot and still sell a lot of stuff. You can make money at a 40% or more profit margin. Now let's talk about the cons. Number 1, there are more fees than you think. When it comes to listing and selling on Etsy, you're subject to a number of expenses, much like with any major e-commerce platform. When you start a dropshipping business on Etsy, you must be aware of a few different sorts of expenses. There is a 20-cent listing fee, and listings are only available for 4 months, and then they expire. In the long run, expired listings can eat into profits. While you may opt to have automatic listing renewals enabled, you will be charged every 4 months for each expired listing. You put in that much more time and labor to keep your listings up to date if you opt for manual renewal procedures. Second, each product sold has a 5% processing fee. Keep in mind that these costs do not include shipping fees. Etsy has also developed and made available many add-on tools and resources for vendors, including advertising costs, pattern charges, and in-person fees. Number 2, dropshipping business models are subject to strict requirements. Etsy is a highly regulated online marketplace. While the reselling of handmade items is not permitted, dropshipping vintage items or craft supplies is fine. It's also possible to obtain help with original designs. They consider it a spectrum, with some businesses producing each item from scratch using their own hands and tools in-house, while others merely design one and outsource the rest. It's fantastic news for dropshippers that both ends of the spectrum are accepted on Etsy. If your product can't exist without your ideas, creativity, or involvement, you'll be fine. Of course, there are some restrictions in place when it comes to outsourcing your manufacturing. You must disclose the site of your manufacturer and some specifics of the production process. However, not all of your corporate and logistical information will be viewable. Etsy is quite clear about what is public knowledge and what isn't. Number 3, there is extensive community policing for Etsy sellers. Etsy uses a lot of automated tools to prevent abuse, which is beneficial because it maintains an even playing field and keeps things running smoothly. It does, however, imply that you must be aware of their rules. Otherwise, you might face fines and punishments in the form of fees and charges. It's also worth noting that Etsy permits third-party payment processors to keep an eye on your account. Users, in other words, are subjected to the scrutiny of companies like PayPal when they make transactions. Number 4, complicated listing process. Now, this isn't unique to Etsy. The process of uploading your items is time-consuming to say the least. There are numerous product variants because the market specializes in handcrafted goods and small companies. Etsy has established criteria for product listings to ensure that buyers are provided with the most information and consistency as possible. However, this can be demanding on shopkeepers who want to list and maintain many items. Number 5, potential profit sharing. You'll have to pay whatever vendor you choose for the items you get. It's up to you to negotiate a fair deal that gives you a nice profit margin while also compensating the seller for their time and effort. How to dropship products from Etsy. To upload an item from Etsy to your Shopify, follow these steps. Number 1, do your research. Make sure you've found Etsy sellers that are suitable for your brand and purpose. Number 2, reach out, establish a relationship with your supplier, and reach an agreement about your dropshipping terms. Number 3, install the Shopify add-on in your Chrome browser. Number 4, add your Etsy item to your Shopify store. To do this, go to the product page of the Etsy product you want to include, click the Shopify extension, and fill out all the required information. Also, make sure you change the language. And that's all there is to it. The product should now be visible on your Shopify store. If you want to start an Etsy store, there are a few things you need to know. You can use Etsy's numerous resources to instruct you through the procedure. Here's what you need to do to get started with your Etsy shop. Number 1, create products for your store and locate someone to manufacture them. Number 2, calculate costs and profit margins. Number 3, after you've registered, you'll be able to sell on Etsy by going to their website. This entails naming your business, establishing your billing and payment options, adding the details of your production partner, and listing your items. Make the most of any marketing possibilities while also developing a strong narrative for your store. Before I tell you exactly how to find a manufacturer, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell. That way you'll be the first to see my next money-making video. Also type the word yes down in the comments below if you want to start dropshipping on Etsy today. So how do you find a maker or manufacturer? If you're setting up an Etsy shop and need help manufacturing your concept, keep in mind that Etsy allows production assistance only when your partner makes their own designs. No third parties are allowed to participate. In other words, Etsy store rules prohibit any outsourcing of the outsourced labor. There are businesses like Art of Wear and Printful that are studios and warehouses dedicated to manufacturing items and partnering with online platforms like Etsy and Shopify. If you want to sell directly to Etsy customers, you may reach out and establish a relationship. You create the goods they produce and ship them. They can bring your concepts to life with skill and specialized equipment, and then they handle all of the arrangements for you. Hiring expert producers will save you a lot of trouble and sleepless nights. If you wish to obtain items for your e-store from Etsy, contact those you'd want to work with and inquire whether they'd be willing to ship and supply items. Dropshipping is a fantastic method to increase sales and visibility for businesses searching for more exposure. Sellers will frequently provide you with reduced prices. Regardless, before uploading items to your store, you must first contact and disclose your strategy to them. If you want to learn more about how to make money with e-commerce and dropshipping, click the video on the screen where I tell you everything you need to know to get started.